Hey everyone. So I'm going to show you how to do a two-handed surgical square knot. Okay, so for this, our laceration, or our incision in the operating room is running perpendicular to our line of sight. Let's say this is my needle. I throw a deep stitch through some fascia, and I pop off the needle, and now I'm ready to go, ready to tie this suture. Okay, it's a deep suture, and so I need to tie it with either a one-handed or a two-handed square knot. And so this is how you do a two-handed square knot. Okay, so I'm going to be holding the left side of, or the upper side, the side that's away from me, with my left hand, and then with my right hand holding the side that's nearest to me. Now my string has two colors, so you can see it a little better. And so what I'm going to do with this, my left hand, I'm going to put the string over the top of my index finger, and I'm going to be able, which is going to allow me to bring my other string through and pinch it with my thumb. So now I've made a ring here. I'm going to be able to rotate my thumb through that hole there, and then drop this string now in between my thumb and my index finger. With that, I'm going to rotate it around, then grab it with this hand, and then pull it down. Okay, for the next throw, notice that I had to pull opposite directions in order to allow the knot to fall correctly. And so now my right hand is across from me and my left hand is close to me. And with my left hand in this position, I want to put my thumb across this way. So I'm opening that ring up again for my opposite hand to come in. I'm going to then make that ring again with my index finger and my thumb. I'm going to rotate it around, grab onto the purple string again, and pull it through the knot. Now, because this purple was on the opposite side, I need it to come on this side if I want it to make a square knot. So I pull this direction and my left hand goes across, and notice how that makes a perfect square knot. Okay, now I'm back where I started with the very beginning, and all I do is just repeat these steps. Now for most surgeons or surgical teams, they might want to do 6 or 7 or 8 throws for each vicryl or absorbable suture to make sure those knots are going to stay tight, especially if it's on something like deep fascia that you really need to stay tight. And so we're going to throw several square knots repeatedly. Okay, so again, in this position, I'm going to open up, get ready with this ring. I'm going to bring it in, pinch it off with my thumb. I'm going to push my thumb through the hole, and then that allows me to grab on to the string, pull it through, I let go, grab it with this hand, and then I'm going to pull it. Since my right hand started nearest to me, it needs to end away from me so that I get that square knot. Notice how if I pull it like this, that gives me a slip knot actually, and that knot's going to come undone. So it's very important that my hands are going back and forth with each throw so that I get that square knot. Okay, so with this one, then I'm going to, let's loosen this up so it falls correctly. Okay, now with my left hand is over here now, remember I want to open it up with my thumb and my index finger so that I can bring this purple across, pinch down. I'm going to rotate down through the knot, grabbing on with the purple again with my index, pushing it through the hole, and grabbing it with my right hand again. And remember, because my right hand started over here on this throw, it needs to end back here. So I'll grab it and pull it through, and notice how that makes another square knot. So I've got 2 square knots built into each other. And we're going to continue to go. So again, across, rotate, throw it across, pull it through. Thumb, into, around, grab it, pull it through. Okay, I'm going to do it slow again. So finger open, thumb is ready to receive, comes in, I pinch, I rotate through, my string comes over and I grab it with the 2 fingers and pull it back through the loop. And then I'm going to grab it, and then my right hand, because I started over here, needs to go this direction. Okay, and then with this hand, with my left hand, I'm going to open again. Notice how my thumb is going to open it up this way so I can pinch this direction. It's going to come in, I pinch and roll, grab it, and push it through, pull it through, and there you go. So I'm going to move a little quicker this time. Alright, and there you go. So now look, several square knots, one on top of the other. This is not going to come undone as the patient starts to move around. So I hope this was helpful. I would encourage you to grab a string, a nylon rope like this, and continue to practice it. Eventually, you should be able to, with a piece of Vicryl or some other type of suture material, do the same thing. So once you can do it well with a large nylon string, practice it with a piece of suture. Okay, so with a piece of suture, it gets a little more difficult because it's so much smaller, but the moves are the exact same. You're going to come across and rotate through, grab that, and bring it across. Okay, and now my hand's over here, so I'm going to open up, grab, pull through, and bring it down. Okay, now notice that's going to lock it in place because that's a square knot, but my next one is definitely going to lock it in place because I can still cinch that down just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, bring it through, and then here I'm going to bring it through and lock it down in place. So that, if we could zoom in, that's two square knots right on top of each other with a piece of absorbable suture. And so once you're able to do that with an absorbable suture, put on some gloves and do it with a piece of wet sticky suture. Once you're able to do that, then you'll be just fine in the operating room. So I'm hopeful that this was very helpful for you. Thanks for watching.